get in here. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Last Legends review of the year's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Iron Factory Racing Bros. Sup, bro? Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. These guys come with a lot of accessories. There's a lot you can do with them. I just want to say real quick as like an over-encompassing statement. As you can see, all of the guns and such are interchangeable, can fit into all the hands and so forth without any sort of problem. We're going to go through the accessories and talk about them all piece by piece in terms of their stylings and detailings and such, but I want to just let you know that they all fit and work properly. We'll show them in car mode when we get to car mode. And of course, I have to give a shout out to my Legends connection, Robert D, who loves Legends apparently, and lets me take a look at them all as they come out that he gets. So I'm very grateful for that. And let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so it comes with two shoulder-mounted missiles things, and they can actually go on Sunstreaker's shoulders as well, just by plugging in there. And they'll plug into vehicle mode as well. No paint, but they are sculpted nicely in a white plastic. Then we have left and right versions of this weapon with a silver finish. The reason why I say left and right is because if you put it in a certain way, it will cover down on the hand and make it seem as though the hand is just entirely hidden. So that's kind of smart, decent enough sculpt. Same thing for these guns. They operate the same way, left and right, and silver finish, decent enough sculpt. And then we have two guns, one for each of you with the flip down handle. They are independent. I mean, they are unique sculpts in and of themselves. As you can see, both with the silver finish. This one flips down and plugs into Sideswipe. This one, however, is just sort of stationary. We have an optional different head for Sunstreaker. If you'd prefer this look, it looks like he's got kind of a maniac face going on there. I'll see if I can zoom in a bit. Probably some paint inside the mouth would have brought this to life a bit more. It's kind of hard to make out what's going on there being as small as it is. And then the last accessory is this jetpack. I will show how this operates, but these all are, the jets themselves are on ball pegs. So you can get some movement out of them, and then you have a handle, so you can they can hold it as a shield as well if you'd prefer that look. I'll show you how they both plug into their backs. So Sideswipe, you just use them here and plug into his back, and he has like the kind of traditional jetpack. For Sunstreaker, you would just flip down this peg and plug that into his back, and then it works for him as well. All right, let's start with Sunstreaker. So the head is on a ball peg, limited up, limited down. You pretty much just get the swivel. You got some yellow paint inside the crests on his head, silver paint, and blue paint for the eyes and face. And it's a decent face sculpt as well. It looks good. The shoulders are on ball pegs connected to hinges at the torso, so you can get them up to about here. You know, you can get them around a little bit. You can manipulate them a taste. We got silver paint there on the bicep. You get the swivel around. You don't get a bicep swivel, but you get it at the elbow, so that's fine. And it's a single hinge, so it gets you to there. Actually, it might technically be the bicep still, but you know what I mean. Wrist swivel, and same for the other side. We do have a waist swivel as well. T-jointed ball joints for hips, but they get you to just about there. And then forward and back for the full Monty. Nice silver paint on the inside. Thigh swivel right here, and you get a taste around the ball peg as well, so that's cool. The ankle joint is all in the toes and heel, so the heel can manipulate down on a hinge. The toes can manipulate down for an ankle tilt down and up, and then you can swivel the toe for an ankle rocker. So let's go ahead and transform this guy while we're here. As you can see, this closes up here at the feet, and then you can tab these together. The chest is actually pretty interesting, so you take this out and then you swivel it around, and we'll leave that out for the time being. You can undo the backpack and just kind of get it up and out of the way. The arms, you have to rotate back around at the bicep and then rotate the hand so that it cleans up, and then just sit that like that around here, and around there. And then you just want to have this sort of come around and line up. And I'm just trying to figure out exactly where it all lines up at. But and then here we just kind of collapse the legs inside. This makes me a little nervous the way that you have to do it, but bear with me and we can get it done. There it is. And then we just want to line everything up and tab it all together. And this is giving me some grief. I'm not sure why. There it is. And I think this comes up. What is going on here? Oh, because the shoulders peg in. Sorry. It's Christmas Eve. What do you want from me? There. All lined up. And I'll of course clean it up when we'll take a look at it, but that's basically it. As for Sideswipe, head once again on a ball peg, nice silver paint and blue paint on the eyes and face, and you get more of a range both up and down as well as the swivel, so that works very nicely. Shoulders operate the same way, but you don't get much out of it. The ball peg is very limited because of all the stuff on the shoulder. Bicep swivel, hinge at the elbow, a little bit of hollowness there, but I think it's forgivable. No wrist swivel, but you do get a hinge in out, so I think that's a fair enough trade for this size figure. Nice silver paint on the chest, waist swivel, a little hindered, but you can, no, actually it's not. Never mind, I just bumped into something. And then we have T-jointed ball joints for hips. These get you the full Van Damme and the full Monty. Thigh swivel both at the cut joint and at the ball peg. And then we have a knee, which I'm not sure we talked about on Sunstreaker. They get you 90 degrees. And then we have some silver paint down there. The ankles here don't get you any tilt, but you do get a rocker and a toe tilt. And I think that that's good enough. And then the back of the figure is pretty clean. Transforming this guy's a little bit more involved. Rotate the hands in. And the feet come out, the toes fold in. And you can kind of get these feet out a bit just to get them out of your way, because I think it's probably the last thing you want to plug in. Open up these black panels here and Combiner Wars the thighs. Oh, no, you don't Combiner Wars the thighs. I'm sorry. What's going on?
Do you eat vanilla pudding and chocolate pudding, or only?
Woman, don't be coming down here interrupting me while I'm doing my reviews. That's what I told her. Actually, I just kind of answered politely and went on with the review. Only vanilla.
Okay. Yeah. The triple calls chocolate, but I'll get vanilla.
Okay. So flip this around and open this up. And flip this around. Keep these pieces out to the side. Tab all that in, and then you can tab these pieces back together there. Waist swivels around. I probably should have done that first. All right. And then chest comes up. This piece here actually opens up to clear the head. You can turn the head around 180, right? Yeah, 180 if you want to. I'm not going to do all that. And then we have this here. This is everything is fine. It's just me messing this up, but these little legends, man, like, okay. So there, collapsed. Move the shoulders up and lock them in. And then after you do that, you just rotate these side panels in and then clean it all up. And then we'll take a look at it. Okay, look, before we talk about the cars, let's talk about the accessories real quick. So with this guy, you can peg in either one of these weapons, just fold the stock down, or the grip rather, and the handle, and plug that in, collapse the shoulder piece, and plug this in. You can do any combination of those two that you'd like. And then for this guy, I don't know if these will work. I guess they will, barely. So let's see if we could put it in the back. Yeah, so that'll work. You could plug those in. You can plug these in here, little gun at the top, or you can plug in this piece, you know, if you'd like that look. So those are the kind of options. As for the vehicles themselves, I think overall they're pretty good. There it is next to Tiger Tracks, because reasons. And, you know, there's a broken piece. So funny. they roll like a champ. You got the detailings, the silver detailings that come throughout, even on the wheels. So you know, there's enough love black paint for the windshield on both. So that's pretty cool, and for the side windows, you know, so like, you know, nothing, you know, amazing, but I think more than enough to make you appreciate what's going on with them. So I don't have any real issues with these vehicles, kind of whatsoever. Size comparison wise, there it is next to Iron Factory Blast. This was Iron Factory, right? I feel like it was, but I feel like they're getting a little taller. You know what I mean? And then Hasbro Legend. So like this is actually kind of more in line with the Hasbro Legend. So these are, I feel like they're a little tall for the. I mean, it was hard to say without. I don't have a whole bunch of them, so it's hard to really judge. But hopefully, if you are collecting this line, this helps you. Size comparison wise, only really a few negatives to note, and that is the shoulder articulation is limited on both. That will cause some issues while you're trying to pose and get them into kind of cool looking stances and such. And like if you just watched my Fangs of Fury review recently, I talk about how like DX9 and Iron Factory both have an issue sometimes with tolerances being a little too tight and not enough wiggle room. The cone heads beat the statistic, but these do not. It's a lot easier and more fun to go from car mode to robot mode, but going from robot mode to car mode, you do have to struggle a bit. It's not anything terrible, or it's just something worth mentioning. Ultimately though, I do definitely recommend this set. I think they're fun. I think for borrowing a lot of the same engineering between the two, there's enough different, more than enough different on both that makes it fun, interesting, unique experience to kind of manipulate and mess with. So I think they're a lot of fun. I think the sculpts are cool. I think they added a lot of paint. I think they gave you tons of accessories, and I think they're fun to mess with. So yeah, definitely strong recommend from me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.